Hello, manifestors. Glad to be back. So, we are going to answer a question today that is being asked a whole lot, that is still asked a lot, all the time. And that question is how to act, how to react in my current 3D while awaiting my manifestation. So if you want to have the answers to this question, please stay tuned all the way to the end of this video. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share so more people like you can understand this law and manifest their desires easily and effortlessly. So here is a question that was asked in my Facebook group. In order to manifest financial freedom where you no longer need a job, what do you think about when you're at work? I'm a little lost about this. I don't think about it as work anymore. It's more like I'm choosing to be there to see and help people and get paid as a plus. But if I like it too much, wouldn't I manifest more of it? It's not that I don't like working. I just want time to spend with myself and family, but also have the financial means to provide for it. So when we become conscious manifester and we understand that imagination creates reality, we do not have to pretend anything in the 3D. We have to see the 3D as it is, which is its old story. It's all the reflection of who we used to be in the past, in the long-term past or in the recent past, but in the past. Our current 3D is reflecting what we have been until now. And it will reflect it a little while longer, and it depends greatly on ourselves, what we are doing in our mind. But here is what Neville says about how the 3D is reflecting the past and how that happens. Your consciousness is the only living reality, the eternal head of creation. That which you are conscious of being is the temporal body that you wear. To turn your attention from that which you are aware of being is to decapitate that body. But just as a chicken or snake continues to jump and throb for a while after its head has been removed, likewise, qualities and conditions appear to live for a while after your attention has been taken from them. So here Neville says that it's only natural that your 3D is going to continue to play out the old story for a little while. Just as a chicken or a snake who has been cut off from their own heads continue to move for a little while because the life still exists in their body even though the main element of that life has been taken off. So when we take the main element of our 3D off, meaning we stop giving it attention, we start turning inside, we start turning within, and we are imagining that we are the person that we want to be, that has their desire, even though we have removed the old story from within. As far as the 3D is concerned, it's still going to give life to the old story, especially when we know that we have been giving life to this old story for a very, very, very long time. Most of us for the duration of our whole life. So it's only normal that that energy is still acting up even though we have changed within. So that's the first thing I want you to understand. And now you have changed from within. You are a new person from within. It is only normal that for a little while your 3D is still going to act up the old story. Number one. Number two, you do not have to pretend that your actual 3D is anything else than what it is. What it is, again, it's old story. It's a reflection of your old self. So you don't have to pretend, oh, I don't want to go to a job anymore, but I'm going to pretend that I'm going because I want to and all that stuff. This is lying to yourself, and lying to yourself is never a good thing. You don't need to lie to yourself. It's heavy, it's unnecessary. You don't have to lie to yourself. You just have to know what it is. It's just that for a little while longer, you are doing this, you have to do this because, number one, you have not completely shifted in a state where that situation no longer exists. And number two, if you have shifted within, it's going to take a little while longer to reflect. But you do not have to pretend that this is something that you want to do, because you know you don't. It's not something that you want, obviously, if you have changed from within where this situation no longer is yours. So don't pretend anything. Just know that 3D is what it is. Old reflection of old story, of the old man. As far as this person asks here, but if I like it too much, wouldn't I manifest more of it? No, not at all. It's not because you lack something that you manifest more of it. A lot of people really lacked their SP, and that SP left them, right? It's not because you lack something that you keep them. You keep them when you dwell in the feeling of having that thing, with no contradicting thoughts and beliefs and assumptions and all that stuff that we do that make us lose sometimes what we lacked very much. So maybe it's also a law of attraction residue here that I'm seeing. No, it's not because you lack something that you're gonna keep it. A lot of times we lack things that we used to have, we don't have it anymore, right? So do not confuse liking something with keeping it. I know this probably comes from the fact that sometimes you hear those law of attraction teachers say you have to be grateful to manifest more abundance, for example. I don't necessarily agree with this. Being grateful is not a bad thing. No, not at all. But it is not necessary to bring more of what you want. For example, we don't want to be grateful for our current 3D if it's not what we want. Of course, we don't want to be grateful for that, right? So you want to be grateful for having in your mind what you want to have. You want to feel grateful about it, that you already have it, yes. But you don't have to mix being happy, being grateful, and all that stuff with manifesting your desires. You could be really fed up, as a matter of fact, with your current 3D and actually manifest your desire. And I know what I'm talking about because this is what happened to me. I was absolutely not grateful for what I had, obviously, because if I had been grateful, then I wouldn't want anything else. I was the other way around. I was very fed up, very at the end of my rope. And in a couple of months, I managed to shift and manifest my desires. So no, it's not because you like something that you are going to manifest more of it. That has nothing to do with that. What you are going to manifest more of is what you feel that you already have. That's what you are going to manifest more of. As a matter of fact, feeling it normal, feeling it natural, it's kind of the opposite of feeling grateful. It's kind of taking it for granted because it's our normal and natural daily life. So don't fall into those traps that come most likely from the law of attraction, from teachers that mix everything. They make those little soups, a little bit of law of attraction, a little bit of law of assumption, and something good may come out of it. I don't think it's the case. All right? While you can be grateful for what you have, it is not necessary to manifest your desire. And do not mix being grateful with feeling it natural and feeling it normal, which is the opposite of feeling grateful, but more like taking it for granted. And trust me, when you have that feeling of taking it for granted, that's when it manifests the fastest. As an example, I see a lot of people wanting to manifest money, wanting to manifest abundance. But I can see from what they are saying that they are still putting money on a pedestal. So they are here and money is over there. It's separated from them to start with. And they unwillingly, they don't notice what they are doing, but they're putting that money on a pedestal. Not too long ago, I've noticed two people that I've been helping with money putting a certain amount of money on a pedestal as if it was a big deal. But to me, from my own consciousness today, when it comes to money, that amount of money is nothing really. It's not a big deal at all. But for them, it is. So if you feel this way, if you feel that an amount of money that is not a big deal at all by any stretch of imagination, that amount of money is really nothing, and if you think it's a lot, you need to wake up. You really need to rise in consciousness because something is really still not on point at this point, right? So if you are idolizing this amount of money, which for you, from your point of view, from your current consciousness, that amount of money is really a lot of money, but it really isn't. Even for someone who may not be super wealthy, that amount of money is really not a big deal. If you still see it as a big deal, as a lot of money, then you need to change in consciousness how you see money and how you see a small amount of money as a big deal. This has to change. You have to see money not as something like you idolize, like you put on the pedestal, something that would be, oh my God, so amazing if you had it. This is not how you manifest money. You manifest money by feeling, number one, that you're not separated from that money is not bigger than you, and that you have that money already, that is something you are used to, which frankly is quite different than being grateful for it, isn't it? Something that you are used to having. You're not necessarily thinking every minute, oh my God, I am so grateful for this. No, it's just something that you are used to, and it's completely different. As a matter of fact, I don't remember a single time where Neville said you have to be grateful for it. No. He said it has to feel natural and normal, right? Huge difference. So again, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be grateful for good things that you have, but it means that it's not necessary. It's not necessary to be grateful for anything in order to have it. What's necessary is to feel it normal, to feel it natural. That's what's necessary. So today I took the example of money because sometimes people are tired of hearing about SPs. But guys, it's the same thing. Whether it's money, SPs, health, wealth, you name it. It's the same thing. It's about feeling it normal and natural, being that person within who has that thing. And by doing this over and over in imagination and not looking at 3D every 5 minutes, knowing that 3D is just old stuff and that it will be this way a little while longer. But as long as you focus on the feeling of feeling it normal, having your desire, that is, eventually the 3D will conform to your inner feeling. I hope this video was helpful, guys. If it was, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new to my channel and not subscribed yet. Comment and share the video if you can, so more people like you can become master manifestors.